All right, everybody, I want to welcome you to the Ultimate 10-Ball Championship. This is Angel Paglia and Villarreal, right? Get these women players' names correct. Eugene, help me out here, man.
All right, it's Angel Paglia versus Vivan Villarreal.
Villarreal, that's a good one.
She's a native Texan, known as the Texas Tornado.
Very
and
good,
yes, she still whistles.
Okay.
This would be a great match. The race to 7. This is a winner side match. These ladies are still undefeated. Nice. Someone's going to the loser bracket.
We'll see how strong they can shoot here.
It appears that Vivian has won the lag just barely, so she's awaiting the rack.
Yeah, she breaks and plays good, JR. You had mentioned that she breaks it pretty good.
Well, broke him 19.63 miles per hour. She's kind of looking at him and saying, I could do better than that. Looks like she's going to bend it a little bit. Not a bad shot.
Nice. See what happens here, though. Well, she tied the 6 up, but she got shape on the 3 where she could possibly break this up and go for the 4 up in the right-hand top corner.
Yeah, she's got the cue ball heading that way. She could hit this with actually a high right and catch the 9 ball. See if she could pick it clean.
Well, she's going right at that cluster, that's for sure. If it isn't right on, where she can pass by the 9, it looks like it'll go, though.
I think this rack is getting harder to see a way out on. Vivian is from the area. Obviously, a name like Texas Tornado. Angel. Travel a couple of states here from Arizona.
I've never seen either one of these ladies play.
They both play very good pool. I think this is a bigger finish for Angel than it is so far for Vivian. Vivian obviously has won tournaments on the WPBA, but for Angel, I'm not quite sure. I didn't have time enough to interview her right before the match. I mean, we were going from one match right into the other, and I wanted to ask her what her highest finish was to date, but I think it was, believe it or not, 5th, 6th. So I think she's tied her best finish now. Now, this isn't a full-scale, full-blown WPBA event, but it still means something. The money's there, the prestige is there. They're playing for it. They really want.
A lot of top players here.
Yeah. Oh, the other match that might have been going on here might have been Kelly Fisher versus Allison Fisher. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other two undefeated players. But we had already seen Allison play earlier this evening, so.
Well, it's 1-0 in favor of Kelly right now in that match in a race to 7. Amazing event here, this Ultimate 10 Ball. Very impressed with this Body Nazat's tournament here he put on.
So this is a great event. I mean, it really is. I mean,
It really
people
is.
are going to look back at this event. Folks, if you didn't come here, you really missed out. We're hoping that the stream helps make up for it because, really, the host location, fantastic. Referees at every table, the venue here, the diamond tables, the whole bit. This is a first-class event. I mean, you basically got picked up in a shuttle from the airport. Players didn't even have to pay, taxi fees. Got a fantastic hotel that most locals are going, man, I just want to come back and stay here.
It's a really amazing hotel.
And put together by Mr. Body Nazat.
Ultimate10ball.com is his website.
CJ gave us a little, I don't think I could have won that match no matter what. He just took his beating from Charlie Williams last match. I was watching on the stream, witnessed that. And Angel takes off and wins her first game. And I just might say that, boy, did she look relaxed there.
Yeah, it's always best to win the first game.
Smooth stroking. And already Vivian is looking disgusted in her chair. I don't think she's happy with herself after that. How could she be, right?
For sure.
See Allison Fisher on the other side of the rail there. Get a better look at this. It has been a while. I'm trying to think of the last event that the men and the women played in the States that was like this.
I was at one other event that was like this. I'm trying to think of what it was.
I can't remember one. But, I mean, I remember them in the early 90s. When the WPBA and the MPBA and then the PBT used to tour together, but I haven't seen any for a while. Gave us a pretty good crack, coming in at 22.37 miles per hour. But this is an extremely interesting event. It's not every day that you see a promoter come to town, come to the States, come anywhere, and actually just put his own money up for grabs. I'm not sure whether you notice it, folks, but there's
You got a lot of passion.
There's a lot of people that I think wanted to be involved in this tournament that aren't, because Body just wanted to give his money away. He's promoting the sport. He's doing it his way, and he's got a passion for the sport. He
does,
really does. Played in the event as well.
He sure did.
Didn't fare so well, but still,
it's what he likes to do.
Why would he want to win his own money, right? But I think Angel has a pretty good chance to lock Vivian up here. Great shot. That's darn near perfect. I mean, she wanted to get behind one of these balls.
Yeah, she did.
She rolled the dice a little bit, but that was the shot.
Still good enough.
I mean, she couldn't actually hit the ball first because the 5 was in the way.
There's a good safety that can come out of this, though.
And she did play that, folks. That is, whenever that object falls that close to the rail, you can get that cue ball to kind of stick a little bit and float.
That's not what I would have done right there. I would have tried to tuck that cue ball back behind the 3 there and sent this one ball down in here somewhere.
Well, you're allowed to make a few mistakes here. I think Vivian's just settling in. She's a rhythm player. And I think if Angel keeps her in her seat for a decent amount of time in between shots, I think she's going to accomplish, exactly what she's going to set out to do here. Now, the 2 does go by the 8. It looks a little bit closer than what it is. And I think what Angel's trying to do right now is make sure in her mind that it does. And she wants to make sure that she kills this one ball, or the cue ball coming off the rail. Nice shot.
Frisco, Texas. I've been saying this all day and I'm tired.
And this is Christina De La Garza in the booth with them. So, Angel's having a good tournament so far. I haven't been able to watch any of her matches yet.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm just going to take a wild guess, but out of all of her performances in the U.S., this has been probably one of her best. so far.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure if that's true or not. I know, well, maybe if
I'm not
we're
sure
talking
either.
about the classic tour events, but she definitely does have some high finishes. I mean, she's been playing on tour for a few years now, so, and I think at one point she was ranked fairly higher than she is now, I think, so.
Of course, as always, it's always nice to see a little Texas representation with Vivian.
Yeah, Vivian gets excited about any tournaments here in Texas. Although the last one she played at Texas Open, I was really surprised that she didn't. I mean, she was the heavy favorite to win that tournament, and I think she had just gotten back from China or one of the Asian tournaments, though, like a day or two before that.
So that was just pure exhaustion.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, you know, even the best players are going to fold if they don't have enough rest.
Well, I think Vivian's going to opt to take this.
You think? So, Christina, what are your odds-on favorite on this match, based on what you've seen today, or at least what you've seen in the past few minutes?
Well, I think, like I said, I haven't seen Angel play yet in this tournament, so I'm totally just basing this on my past experiences seeing Vivian and how she's playing in the tournament, and I think Vivian's the favorite in the match, but you know, 10 ball's a little different. It's in, you know.
Well, what's your take on the
upsets
difference?
from it.
Yeah. What's your take on the difference in 10 ball, the 9 ball, especially when you consider that most of the WPBA events tend to be 9 ball?
Yeah. Well, normally I would say that obviously everyone thinks the break is a big difference, but I would also say that a lot of the women don't spend as much time learning the 10 ball breaks. Because for that reason, because we don't play it that often in any of the major tournaments, so normally it's a big factor. But I wouldn't say it's as much of a factor in this tournament because we're using the magic racks, and you really don't need a lot of speed on the break to make the balls go in. It's just kind of knowledge of knowing how to adjust when they're hitting low of the side pocket or high in the side pocket, and so I don't think the break has been as big of a factor as it normally is in 10 ball in this tournament. But I will say it's amazing how much just that one extra ball clutters up the table differently. You know, the balls spread differently, the patterns are just a little bit different, and you see a lot more safety battles. You don't always have as clear a shot on the first ball after the break. You know, in 9 ball, you kind of have a set pattern. You know that one ball is going to go up table if you stick your cue ball, you have kind of the same starting shots, but in 10 ball, it's a little bit different.
Yeah, I think you're right about 10 ball being new to too many people. There hasn't been enough an analysis of the break. So the things that you expect in 9 ball, the one in the side, one of the wing balls in the corner, some of the rear balls heading back up table, that stuff doesn't apply because it's a different rack configuration. Earlier, I mean, you should have heard us. You should have heard us earlier. We were talking about the breaks in the previous match between C.J. Wiley and Charlie Williams, and so far, at least with the men, the magic number has been about 22 to 23 miles an hour. Harder breaks just seem to cause more problems.
Yeah, well, with that, I mean, with the magic rack, because the balls are frozen, that second ball goes in the side pocket almost every time, and you usually have a decent starting point from the first couple of balls if you get a shot on the one ball, because that 2 and 3 hangs near those corner pockets usually, So.
Well, let's ask this. So, what do you think about the magic rack? Because that's what's being used at this tournament.
I'm kind of. I kind of feel both ways about it. I'm not really sure, because on the one hand, it gets a very tight rack and perfectly tight rack, but on the other hand, it takes away the break and it takes away the knowledge of knowing how to read the rack too. So the players that have taken the time to study that and learn that and learn how to adjust to that, it takes away that advantage to them. But at the same time, it makes it more about just consistency and. So I'm not really sure. I haven't played with it enough and seen it in enough tournaments to really see in the long run what kind of difference it makes.
Well, who knows? I mean, the magic rack just showed up, recently. It's a relative newcomer to all the advances in racks. From the old traditional wooden racks to the metallic racks to all the racks that involve some kind of mechanism to push the balls down. There's another one that I'm really not a fan of that involves the templates to tap in like spots.
Yeah.
Make like permanent dents into the cloth. I'm not a really fan of that.
Well, before Angel missed that 10 ball, it seemed like she was kind of free stroking. She looked pretty comfortable, and I was really surprised she missed the 10 ball when she did. So I'm interested to see how this battle on the 10 ball is going to affect her confidence in the next game.
I'm not sure, but for those of viewers, because they're not here, when Vivian missed that 10 ball, she walked away from the table. She threw her stick up in the air several feet. And then when she sat down, she slammed her stick into the ground. So she was really, really frustrated with that shot. Not happy with herself.
Well, with most players, I would say that's an indication of something that will affect her in the next rack. But Vivian's such an animated player in general. I would be surprised if it affects her that much this early in the match.
Well, she's a seasoned. She's definitely a seasoned vet. Not her first time around at this rodeo, But she's also one of those players that wears her emotions on her sleeves. You definitely know what she's thinking. There's no guessing.
Yeah, and just to give an update on the other winners bracket match right now, you have Allison Fisher playing Kelly Fisher, and Kelly is leading that 3-0 right now. And she is at the table with a fairly open rack with just a few balls left. So she's got a chance to go up 4-0.
Yeah, 3 balls left. She's out.
Do you know how many players they're bringing back tomorrow in the men's event?
No. I've not had a chance to really go to the brackets and look at everything. I know we've got a number of questions from the viewers at home and wherever you are this weekend. Oh, but good old Jared Calvert.
Top 24 left in the men.
We have the top 24 left in the men, and in the women,
we're down to the final 12.
Final 12. So that's the numbers. 12 for the women and 24 for the men. Is there another match on the streaming table after this?
This is the last round.
All right. This is the last match on the the Inside Pool streaming table.
First night.
Well, Angel fired that shot in. I don't know if she's going to risk going. I don't know if she's going to go for that 2 ball.
She's really been shooting with a lot of confidence. I don't know much about Angel past the last couple of years, but I know that she has played recently over the last year in a few of the international events, gone to some of the Asian events, so I think maybe she's getting a little bit more seasoning. But like I said, I'm not sure if she's been playing that in the past. I'm not as familiar with her game.
Well, I can definitely concur. She has been invited to a lot of events in Asia as of late, and so that's going to really help her out because there's this huge pool of upcoming talent over in Asia, especially in China and Taiwan. But here we've got like a Japanese group that's come in.
Yeah, I think they are all either friends or players that train with Kyoko. It was her manager that signed up all of them, and I believe Kyoko's boyfriend's playing in the men's event. So they said there wasn't really much going on in Japan right now as far as tournaments, so they
especially
all wanted to make a trip of it. So.
Right. Well, especially because of the disaster going on right now in Fukushima.
Mm.
So for all you Japanese fans out there, our hearts and thoughts are with you guys on that, and hopefully they can plug up this radiation. We know that's still an open issue.
That's a good shot.
Very good shot. Played it right into the 10.
Angel does not look happy about her leave, but
she hit that really well.
mm-hmm.
That's actually a pretty confident shot. People who were a little bit more timid, they would have just hit it softly and played for the 8 in the corner.
Yeah, I think she was trying to get a little more straight on it. She looked a little disappointed, but it was still, she still had good shape for the next ball.
Yeah, Angel disappointed that she's on the tape. She's still on the table.
It's funny that 10 ball takes longer, so these races are shorter, but it's even though the matches have been on pace for about 2-hour rounds, the race to 7 seems so short.
Well, it's a race to 8 for the men, and that's definitely short. That's definitely short for a lot of men. I mean, the only reason that nobody takes off is because of the alternate break format.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes a huge difference. That's actually why the WPA went back to winter break this year.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So we noticed that at the WPBA Regional Tour Championships. Yeah, we were streaming that out of Houston.
Yeah. Well, it was actually, I believe, a request of the players for the last couple of years wanted to go back to it, and it actually speeds up the matches some. You see a lot less hill matches. It changes up the stats quite a bit by changing it to winter break.
Well, I remember when I was streaming the matches, I actually felt that it was a good change, because I think one of the differences between like men and women in terms of professional pool is that because of the alternating break format in WPBA, the women don't have an opportunity to run a pack, which the top women can do.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely affects the momentum in matches. You don't get quite as many opportunities to do that, and that was another rule that was different here that we kind of had to learn along the way, because I don't know if they mentioned it during the players meeting, but WPBA, you have to take your break in between racks for the specific. You have to take it in between racks, and one of the reasons is that we don't allow players to use taking their break as like a sharking method or trying to stall your opponent or get them out of their game. But here you can do it either in between racks or anytime it's your turn at the table, and you're not allowed to shoot. Your opponent's not allowed to shoot balls while they're on break. So that's a different rule that the girls aren't used to playing either.
That is a little unusual. I think for the most part, all the breaks that we've seen so far have been between racks. Mm-hmm. I haven't seen too many breaks during a game.
Yeah. Well, on the side table, it looks like Allison got one on the board. Kelly now leads 4-1.
Well, anything could happen, but Kelly's such a strong player.
Mm-hmm.
Is that another winner side match?
Yes.
So for the women, basically, we're going to have 4 on the winner side and the other 8 on the one-loss side. It's like
I believe
it's 12
we
left.
have 8 on the winner's side right now. But I could be wrong.
I'm not sure.
Maybe not.
I'm not sure.
I'm probably wrong.
No. You're always right.
I should know. I'm doing the payouts.
Whoops.
Yeah. But I was surprised that of all the Japanese players here, Kyoko's the only one that got in the money so far, I believe.
Well, I wasn't...
slow down.
Well, it's a good thing that she wasn't on the 7. Now she's going to have to go for the blue cheese. Or is she?
She's checking her scratch there.
She doesn't need to hit this hard. The 10's right there.
She hit that great.
Cue ball. Okay, it's okay. It's okay to breathe now. Angel's putting on quite a show. Vivian is barely paying attention. She's actually watching the Allison Fisher-Kelly Fisher match.
Well, she hasn't. Did she get a shot at the table that rack?
I believe she's been sitting down. I think that's the same pose she's had. Well, what's going on? Because our referee has disappeared.
Huh. I believe this is the first match Angel has played against one of the seeded players in this tournament, so this is probably the first time that she's had been matched against somebody that's higher seeded than her, and she's doing a great job at it. If she gets past this round, she'll have a lot of confidence going into the next one.
That's right. What was that matchup that was just announced? Monica Webb on table 20 versus...
I don't know.
I'm not sure. That should be...
The name placards aren't there yet. So.
No, it just got called, so... We'll find out in a few minutes. In the meantime, Vivian gets the break.
How has she been breaking? Do you know? I didn't see the first one.
I don't know, but we can find out for sure right here. Well, she's made nothing, and she's obviously unhappy. Well, Angel's got us.
I think she called a save.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of an in-between shot, so...
No, Vivian's definitely got a cut.
But to do it, I mean, she's... Yeah, I was going to say she had to avoid some traffic to do it.
Flirting with the scratch, too. Well, Angel might be able to bank this. But she's got to be careful not to get snookered on the 10.
One tough thing about playing against Vivian is she's such a confident player and she shoots so quickly. It's hard not getting her rhythm, and Angel's doing a good job of keeping her own pace and
to get rolls like that.
I don't know if that was a roll. I don't think she called that. I don't think she called that anywhere. So.
Well, no, not in terms of the position.
Right, but I think she was maybe playing a kick safe there, trying to hold the cue ball down there.
Well, here comes the combo. She might make 2 balls on this.
Well, that's one of the good things about this tournament in the way that the rules are structured, that you have to, you have to call a shot, not two-way shots and stuff. So I'd be surprised if she went at this 10 ball because she has half a pocket down there.
No, I'm not thinking of the 10. I'm just thinking of making the 5 and then bumping the 3-6 over by the side.
Oh, okay.
A combination bank into the corner.
Well, I think she has room for the 1, but... And may just use the 3 and that to stop the cue ball.
Well, you're right. She could have cut the 1 into the side. I was just concerned that the angle was going to take the cue ball further up the table. Okay, I won't ask you what music we're listening to.
I have no idea.
We didn't choose this, folks. All right, we're back to a typical safety battle. Splitting and hiding.
Like Angel can't decide which shot to play here.
She should play 2 rails.
It turned out okay.
Oh, a little update on the statistics provided by ProPool.com. Vivan Villarreal is shooting at 667, while Angel is a little higher at 926. And if anything, that's pretty reflective of the score. But that's something I was discussing with Alvin. I wonder if there's a little bit of a discrepancy in the scoring, because here's a simple question. Should you be penalized for not getting a shot if you stay in your chair and the person breaks and runs on you?
Penalized in your scoring on that? Or?
Right. The Pro Pool scoring system, goes up or down depending on how well you shoot. Should your score go down if you've never had a chance to shoot, if the other person broke and ran?
I guess not. It depends on what you're using the scoring for, I would say.
Well, that was some of the matches that we've been watching. There's been occasional break and runs, and we've noticed the opposing person, their score dropped between games, and it's like they didn't make a mistake. They just haven't gotten up yet.
That's a good shot.
Vivian fired that in. Great shape on the 2.
She's one of those players that a lot of players, when they get frustrated in matches or you see them release a lot of emotion, it gets them out of their game. And I think Vivian uses it to get in her game. You noticed right before that shot on the 1 ball, she kind of let out some frustration and hit the table, but I think it just gets her fired up to play,
I think so. I think she's definitely she's definitely part of the cast of characters that they play with emotion. And there's some players that the more emotional they are, the better they play, or the worse they play. But it's just that's their wild card factor.
I'm definitely one on the worst side. I don't play well worked up.
Vivian kind of hit that 3 ball. Yeah, Vivian hit that 3 ball kind of soft and got stuck on the rail. Well, she's got a big enough room. She just needs to shoot this 4 ball in pocket speed, and she'll have a shot on the 7.
Like it. I'm gonna see this.
What are your thoughts?
I don't know. Seeing it on the table, the angle looks a bit different than it does on the screen.
Well, it wasn't a bad hit. She got a nice roll, and I'm pretty sure Angel's not going to go for the shot in the top right corner. Did she just line up for the combo?
I think she was, or she might actually be looking at a safe, trying to stop the 4 into the 7 and pull the cue back behind the 10. But no, she's different. I kind of like this tournament as 10 ball. I think that's something that the women's tour is missing. I think it gets kind of boring being 9 ball all the time. We should be doing some 8 ball, 10 ball, different formats. That was a great shot.
That was a really, really good shot. Actually, that's a very good point. The WPPA, for as long as I've known, has always been about 9 ball.
Mm-hmm.
Has there been a time when they played any of the other games?
I'm not really sure. I learn new things every day about the history.
Right, because there's no book of WPBA. It's still pretty much like a living memory that's passed down word of mouth. Or keep people come and say, Christina, in my day.
She got really unlucky there. That was a great shot.
The table is open well enough. Vivian should be able to run out here.
This could be a momentum changer. In other news, Kelly just missed a 10 ball to get on the hill 6-1 over Allison.
Allison's going to take that 10 any day.
Yep.
She's still down 5-2 against Kelly Fisher. But
I missed what happened over here. How did she get right there?
that was the. Oh no! Wow, that was the shot that Angel kicked at. She had the long one-rail kick.
Vivian made the 4 ball and got in a weird position on the 7.
Oh, I don't know. I missed that. I was looking over. It's so hard to pay attention to one pool tape.
Angel's still playing very confident. It's Amy Chen and Monica Webb. So I guess Amy just beat Kyoko. Is that who she was like?
Kyoko Sane?
I think so.
That's the one that you said was the last one standing. Meanwhile, Angel missed the 10.
Oh.
And Vivian finally gets one on the board. And Vivian is still watching the Fisher game. As we are too. Just to make sure, Allison Fisher, Kelly Fisher, not related?
Not that I know of.
Okay. All right. Just curious because there's one of the women players, Oriella Strickland. I think some people were wondering, Earl Strickland?
I don't believe they are related either. Orietta is originally from Ireland. And I don't think Earl is native to Ireland.
Although it would be rather amusing to hear Earl being Earl with an Irish accent.
I'm sorry, what?
It would be amusing to hear Earl with an Irish accent. All right, we're on the sixth rack here between Angel Paglia versus Vivan Villarreal. Our current stats from ProPool.com. Vivan is now batting 700, and Angel has dropped a little bit, down to 829. It's getting a little closer, but Vivan still has a 3-game deficit to deal with.
Updates.
I'm so busy watching Kelly's match, I missed what happened here.
Did she have ball in hand? Yeah.
Allison also has ball in hand on the other table.
Was that a yawn?
No.
What happened was Angel broke, and the cue ball was snookered on the 4-ball, shot on the 1. So she actually went for some kind of kick and just missed the 1.
Oh, wow.
And so Vivan got ball in hand. And you know she's going to...
Should be a pretty routine run out for her.
She's down 4-1. She needs a few more like this.
If Vivan gets this game, that can be a huge momentum changer. She's definitely a little bit off on her speed. Body seems to be losing its voice.
Well, considering he's the organizer, this is his show. I'd be a little tired too. It wouldn't surprise me if he's only gotten about 2 hours of sleep a day. But without him, we wouldn't have the Ultimate 10-Ball Championship.
It's true.
And it's such a blessing to have it here in Texas.
Yeah, and this is a great venue. In my day job, I plan a lot of large conferences and events, and we hold a number of events here at this venue.
So you're no stranger to this hotel, the Embassy Suites here at Frisco.
No, and the Frisco, the Convention and Visitors Bureau is, I would say, one of the best ones here, and at least the ones I've worked with in Texas. They're very helpful in promoting the events that take place. And
well, JR and Calvert, JR and Alvin, they both seem to agree with you. They do a lot of matches for Inside Pool around the country, and this place has impressed them immensely, and it's definitely in their top on the near the top of their list.
Yeah. A lot of times the conventions and visitors bureaus are organized by, are funded by the city, and Frisco is definitely one of the higher tax bracket cities, we'll say, in this area. One of my friends used to be a city planner here, and
You could definitely tell this is
a beautiful suburb of Dallas.
Yeah, you can definitely tell this was a planned community. And it's so nice to have the hotel and the convention center and surrounded by all of these shops.
I actually worked at that mall in college. I worked at one of the cell phone places there. I went to school up here in Dallas. So
Nice.
So I was working here in Frisco when it was just a couple of neighborhoods, and the mall was the first thing being put in. None of these side shops and restaurants and stuff were here. The Embassy Suites wasn't here at that time.
Do you miss it?
No, not really. Dallas is a little too busy for my taste. I like Austin. It's pretty laid back.
All right. Well, you're right. This could be a momentum changer. And where's everything going? 2 on the break. Not bad. What's the most number of balls you've heard being made by the ladies so far on the break?
I don't know. I don't know if they've really been tracking that.
Well, there was one of the games in the previous match between Charlie Williams and C.J. Wiley. Charlie had this massive break, made 4 balls.
Wow.
And it took a while for him to shoot the next shot, and we thought that he didn't have a shot, but he did, and then he ran out.
So the women that just got eliminated in the 9th through 12th, I believe, was Kyoko Sony, Tara Williams, Kim White, and I should know the last one. Park. I don't know how to say her first name, but it's player that Charlie Williams has been training that brought over to this event.
Really?
Korean player.
So it's another Korean.
Mm-hmm. Wow, Allison just missed a fairly routine 4-ball.
Yeah, she took a little time getting off of that. I think that surprised her. Yeah, that's free stroking Vivian right there. She's got, depending on how she hits this, I can tell if she's feeling it again. Not yet.
Mm-mm. I'm surprised she just tried to float that over. The way she's been stroking balls, I would have thought she would have gone a little harder to the rail and back.
I can't tell if she intended the cue ball to roll a little further out, or whether she was trying to just draw it back, and just didn't do it.
I think she was just trying to hold it a little bit more to have the easier angle to that 8-ball, but really didn't have to do much with the 7, the 8's. Fairly easy.
Hard pitch into it. She played that just the way she needed to.
Angel cannot be happy about this. You really don't want to let Vivian back in the match. She seemed a little uncomfortable in the first couple of racks, but I think she's going to be a lot more in stroke and a lot more comfortable after that.
Yeah, especially when you're up 4-0, and now suddenly it's going to be 4-3. Well, Angel takes a quick timeout. And I think we will too take a little break. And it's a good idea because Vivian's coming back and she's feeling it. She's talking with some of her friends.
Yeah, when she starts talking to the crowd,
and look at that smile.
you know,
on her face.
Vivian's back in the game.
Yeah, and she knows it. She knows it, and everybody else does. And you know, she's a Texas favorite. And you know, Angel is not from Texas, so you know, we're gonna. Of course, people here are gonna cheer for the hometown girl.
Yeah.
Like, duh.
That's the one thing I wish this tournament had was more spectator seating.
There was plenty of room for the pool tables, but I guess it would have been nicer if we had some bleachers set up.
Yeah. And more bleachers set up around the stream tables here.
But you know, outside of the seating issue, it's really been a great tournament, and we are so glad that you know, we've had an opportunity to have something like this in Texas. We don't get so many large international pool tournaments here.
Mm-hmm. Although we have a lot of players, so I'm surprised there are not more of these size events here. You know, running a tournament like this with like an amateur side by side would draw a ton of players here in Texas. So, you know, our state BCA tournaments, I mean, we have the men's division has hundreds of players.
I've heard, yeah, I'm not sure, I forgot who told me, but I heard that at Vegas during BCA, that Texas has the most from any state.
Oh, I'd believe it, for sure.
How many people they send, so... you know, this is like, you know, based on those numbers alone, it's definitely a pool state.
Well, Body has big plans for this tournament in the future, and in my experience working with him, he seems to be a very stand-up guy. I think he's going to follow through well on promoting the sport.
Well, let me ask, by the way, has where is the 2012 event going to be held? Do you know?
I don't think that is confirmed yet. So
okay,
it's,
so it's not set in stone. So we'll just have to wait and see.
I know there will, in fact, be a 2012 event, but the details are not yet ironed out.
Well, it takes time to set up something this large. And for those of you who are unfamiliar with this process, it's called negotiations. She barely hit the rail, but that was a push-out.
It was a push. She didn't need to. I think Vivian really wants to fire this ball, but it's a great shot.
All right, well,
she can see it now.
After 7 games, Vivian's average is actually...
And all of a sudden, Allison has fought back, and it's 5-4 Kelly. It's 5-4 now.
Oh, quick update on the stats for our players here. Vivian Villarreal has actually moved ahead, and she's now shooting at 846. Angel has actually dropped down to 789. So, if the numbers say anything, it's momentum shift. Definitely momentum shift. This is going to be a little tough. She's going to run. She's going to run into the 4-ball. That being the case, she's just going to have to.
She has a very small window. She could get through there.
Well,
but it wouldn't. If she runs into the right side of the 4-ball, it's not terrible. Well, that wasn't the right side, but I think she's still.
I thought she was going to run fuller into that and play
the other
2-9.
side. I thought she was going to go on the other side and try to go back up the table, but. She's okay though. Just gotta hold her speed well and she'll be fine. It's a good two-way shot.
Yeah, it is. But for the viewers who couldn't see, Vivian's posture at her chair is completely different. She was sitting upright, straight, paying attention to the table. She's back. And this kick?
She has a two-railer, but she doesn't have any balls down table near the 2 to hide behind, so she's got to get the, well, I don't know how to explain it, but she's got to...
Wow.
Oh.
Ooh, that's going to be... Well, let's get the overhead. Just came short. Clever girl. I should say that with an Australian accent. Having problems trying to decide how to reach for this shot.
Yeah.
That's pretty awkward.
Well, there's a lot of options, like getting down to the 3. She can go between the 7-8 or go to the right of the 8 between the 8-9. Sometimes when you have too many options, you just can't decide. I think she actually wanted to go 2 rails with the angle, the other angle, but when she set it up, she didn't like it.
Yeah, right now it's just a matter. It's a matter of managing which part of traffic you want to weave through.
And this all ball fouls, positioning her bridge over the balls.
That good.
Now that was a little dangerous, trying to stop in there instead of come like through the balls. But and now she has the angle where she's got to go 2 rails back to the 4-ball, I think, unless she really.
Well, she might.
It's hard to tell on this camera.
Let's go back to the overhead. She might be able to just draw it back towards the 5. come back.
Yeah, I think she has to stroke it to the rail and back to do that. Yeah, that was a better shot.
It's kind of straight, but just a slight bit funny angle. But if she elects to draw this, she's not going to scratch on the side.
I don't think she'll even get to the rail if she draws it. Yeah. Probably just go 2 rails back to where she's at right now. She's noticeably less comfortable right now than she was earlier in the match. You can tell she keeps repositioning on every shot.
Right. She's not... well, just, for one reason or another, Vivian pretty much ran a 3-pack on her. Angel's still not comfortable with the shot, but she's going for it.
Yeah, this is one of those shots where you really just have to decide before you get down.
She's taking a bunch. She's taking a lot of extra time to make sure that she makes this without touching the 9.
Yeah, that and she just doesn't want the opposite. She doesn't want to roll too far in the wrong direction on the 9 ball because it's kind of a weird angle in that side pocket.
That was a gutsy shot.
So Angel takes a 5-3 lead over Vivian Villarreal.
Well, we'll see how being on the 5 affects their game. A lot of players get on 5 and get stuck.
Well, and something I don't know if this has been mentioned on the stream or not, but something different in the seating for this event is rather than actually seating all the top 16, they were just spaced randomly. So Allison was the number 1 seed and Kelly the number 2, but because it was random, they won't meet in the finals. They're meeting earlier. So you're seeing some different matchups than what happened. I think sometimes in the WPBA, because of the way we do the seeding, you see a lot of the similar matches at the same points in the tournament, and also probably why you see a lot of the same matches towards the finals,
Right.
But I kind of like how they did it here.
A little randomized.
Yeah, I mean, you still kind of power protect the players, but at the same time, it's a little bit more exciting to see some of the players match up before the end.
That's true. That's true. Although I think for the fans, I think that for the average fan and for the other players, that's an advantage. But if you happen to like a certain player, one of the top players, or you are one of the top players, then that works against you. Now that they're, with this one, there's no guarantee that the top players.
Yeah, but it is true double elimination, so you're not, it's different if we're doing how we used to do the redraw at the final 16, and then you meet someone for 9th place that's supposed to be the number 1 and number 2 seed, but in double elimination, you still have your chance to fight back if
we have a little
if you meet somebody high pretty early.
Well, we have a quick update. This is after Game 8. Getting close. Vivian Villarreal is batting 805. Angel Paglia 800. It's neck and neck. So what would you do with this? This is what Vivian gave her.
Well, I mean, with that 6-ball blocker, I think you have a very safe chance of just trying to get the cue ball back behind what I think is the 8-ball and sending the 1 back towards the 10-ball. I mean, the danger is if you don't hide the 1 ball, then you leave either a shot on the 1 or 110 or something like that. But the difficulty is just bridging over that 10 ball, I think, and being accurate in what you're doing. But she's not going to like that. Well, then okay. But these are the kind of shots. Vivian's very good at these safeties where she makes both the cue ball and the object ball travel a good distance.
But normally you don't want that. Normally you want to make 1 ball travel, the other one stay.
Well, I mean, normally that's taught because it's harder to control 2 balls. And I think Vivian's very good at controlling both of them in those shots. Of course, I say that. And she scratches.
Yeah, and as you can see...
Now, what about that 7? Is that close enough to the side pocket to be an issue, or is it... I'm not sure either angle really tells us.
Yeah, for those of you who has a big screen on high def, you can see Vivian's expression pretty clearly.
I guess not, because if it was an issue, I think Angel would be playing that 1 ball off the 7. But
oh, she's got a little bit of an angle to come back towards the center of the table for the 6.
doesn't she still have the 4 ball on the table?
That's the 2 ball. She's shooting at the 2. The 4s are... That wasn't the 8 ball. That was the 4.
No, right there is the 4.
That's the 4. Right. She's shooting at the 2, so she's just going to elect to head up. No, earlier you were saying that looked like the 8 ball down there, and that was a 4.
No, this is the 8. This is what I was talking about.
Oh, that? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Then just ignore me. Well, that was a...
Yeah, seeing that decision, I'm a little surprised she didn't play the 1 off the 7 with ball in hand.
Right. That's something I thought that she would have done too, but...
Yeah.
Vivian's going to like this.
And I think Angel's going to be thinking about that shot for a while. And all of a sudden, Kelly and Allison are tied 5-5.
How strong is that? Never count out Allison Fisher. And as for Kelly, cursed by being on 5 games. Cursed. I'm telling you, it's a cursed number in a race to 7. Well, Vivian's got to stretch for a little bit on the shot, but she could just stroke this with a lot of top and come around 2 rails.
Yeah, I think she's just going to go a little inside and... Huh.
Oh.
Those 2 rails, that side.
That came down a lot further, but that's all right. That's exactly what she needed.
It didn't look like she had angle for that. I guess I can't see correctly on this.
Well, Vivian
Or it's the sleep deprivation that the 2-month-old is giving me.
Oh, by the way, for those of you, people who know about you, yeah, congratulations, 2 months old.
Thanks.
Yeah, you still look tired.
Yeah, I am tired.
I think a lot of people, a lot of mothers out there will tell you, yeah, yeah, like this is just the beginning.
Well, I can't complain too much. He sleeps really well. And he's on a perfect sleep schedule. Like, to the T, he wakes up at the exact same time in the middle of the night once, and then the exact same time in the mornings.
That's pretty good.
He's good.
I didn't think babies at that age would have a set schedule like that.
Well, yeah, you kind of have to train him to do it, but he's doing well. Considering we've been traveling so much, we were in Houston last week and Dallas this week. He's doing well with the travel.
Well, except for her initial shot on the one, it's actually a fairly good break. Everything is scattered, wide open, nothing too tied up.
The 1-2's the key balls here, yeah. And 2-ball doesn't have a lot of pockets, and the 1-ball's a tough shot. So
Looks like she's going to play safe.
yeah, that's a good shot. I think she wanted to come down just a little bit more, but she's good.
Well, considering how close the cue ball is to the 7, she's got a shot.
Well,
Sorry, folks, we do not have a pure overhead camera to see the true angles. This is as close as it's going to get. But Angel she came off a little funny, but shouldn't be too bad.
I think she's good. She's going to go 2 rails and be fine. She wanted to hit that a little more.
Unless that's exactly where she wanted to be.
I don't think so. She wanted it to be at least a few more inches.
Well, that was it's a classic two-way shot.
Yep.
Somebody says do an angle. It's Angel.
All right, folks, for those of you who are in the chat room having problems spelling their names, it is spelled correctly on the video, so just open your eyes a little bit. Thank you.
Vivian's looking at a 2-way kick save here. Two-rail kick save. She's trying to decide whether to go high or low on that 4-ball, though.
Well, she doesn't want to go too low because she might scratch.
Going high on it isn't that rewarding either, though. You know,
With the 8s,
you might be stopped by that 8-ball. Yeah, see. She moved the 7-ball, so it's a foul.
Yeah, this is now the table's really opened up.
Angel really needs to get out here. If she doesn't get out of this rack, I think it's pretty safe to say Vivian's going to win the match.
No, she's gonna have to hit this. She's gonna have to hit this a little with care to get shape on the 7.
I don't know. I think she's going to draw back. It's not as big of an angle as it looks. She actually could have stroked it more and been fine.
No, that was a problem. She had to have stroked a little more of a stroke, but might have been worried about getting too close to the 7.
Mm-hmm. She's getting an inside on that. I don't really like that shot. I'd rather try to go around the 9, or even if you bump it, it's not that bad, you know.
Everybody's a critic.
I'm not a critic. I'm just amused by you guys.
That was a risky shot.
Mm-hmm.
She fired at it and just hoped she got better position. Hope floats.
Well, she got a little fortunate to bump that 10-ball, but and she's out. Angel gets to the hill, 6-4. And now all of a sudden Vivian's not looking so confident anymore.
Has she already taken her? Has she already taken her a timeout?
I don't think either one of them has taken a break this
No,
match,
there was a
have
break.
they?
There was a break. No, Angel took a break when Vivian got came
That's
back.
right.
Right.
I thought it was the referee break we were talking about.
We've got a little panning view of the other side of the room where the women are playing. That's Allison Fisher. She's on the table. Still tied 5-5 with Kelly Fisher. It's been a while.
And,
they've been there for a while.
Monica Webb is up 5-1 over Amy Chen in a 7th, 8th match. Is that right?
That was a firm break by Vivian. Cue ball rolled up just a few inches. Now she'll probably just hide behind the 9 or something. Vivian's disappointed because she couldn't hide the cue ball. Now Angel's got a long but clear shot on the 1. Play it with a lot of touch. That was a nice shot. All right, she's kind of decided that she's going to go forward, try to just get past the 6.
Surprised she just doesn't go 2 rails to the middle of the table.
Well, she is. She's heading towards there, but she's got to get to the 4, and doesn't want to get too far forward like that.
No, see, I meant go further to the middle.
Oh.
That was too touchy. Yeah, holding it was too touchy.
She would have stayed down. She would have got the shape.
And Allison gets to the hill, 6-5 over Kelly.
Yeah, Angel's just kind of frustrated with the shot right now. She's gone back and trying to decide what to do, and she's just going to go for the cut.
It's an okay shot because if she cuts it thin and, she can get behind the 5 ball over there and maybe have a shot with 5 in the side pocket. Or down.
She's playing safe. She doesn't want to take a chance. She did feel comfortable with that shot at all.
Yeah. Good speed. Good shot. Great shot. It's about as good as she could have done with that shot,
Well, Vivian's there's still a little gap. She's got a 2-railer.
Yeah,
or
I
a
think
1-railer.
Huh. I think she shot that one a little bit fast. Normally on those kick shots, you see her going to aim and see which side of the ball she wants to get and where to hit it. And
Well, something else happened too. I don't know if you caught that, but Angel and Vivian switched seats.
Oh, Angel was probably trying to get out of her way for shooting the shot.
No, for sitting down. See, that Vivian's
right,
sitting
I
down
think
to the
she
left,
was...
and Angel's sitting to the...
Oh.
Or no. Or, okay, no. It was just
I
for
think
that time.
Angel just sat over there because where Vivian was shooting from was near her seat.
You're right. I think you're right.
Oops.
Well, she's going to have to... she wants
Does
position.
that 6 ball go in the left pocket? I can't see from here.
I can't tell. I can't tell either.
That's not better. Wow. She's shooting that fast.
Well, there she goes. She's throwing her stick up in the air again. Waiting for her to pound. Nope, she didn't pound it into the ground. But 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. She's still frustrated. Was looking up and wondering what's going on. And now she's talking with herself. On the other hand,
Kelly's about to make it a game over here, maybe.
well, she needs to because Allison's on the hill over there. She's down 6-5. Angel's coming about to shoot this, but she was grimacing earlier.
Good shot.
All right, looks like Angel is kind of resettling herself.
Mm-hmm. She kind of laughed at herself there.
Yeah. Got that nervous smile.
You know, and sometimes after shots like that, you really just have to take a lap around the table and think about it. You know.
Here's the lap. All right, she's
You're-
back to second base. No. Back to first. And back to second.
Well, Kelly missed a fairly routine 5-ball for her, and Allison is back at the table with 4 balls left, and she's on the hill.
And just to like freshen my memory, she's still on 5.
Yes,
I'm telling you, it's a curse.
she is.
It's the magic number here. She drew that pretty strong.
Ooh.
50-yard line. Angel, if you want this, you've got to take it. No one's going to give this to you.
Well, she's just getting down and shooting it, not taking any time. I think she's. Oh.
There was one premature clap.
That's like, I think 3 10-balls for her. Or this match could have been over.
And through the grace of something else, not yet. Not yet.
And Allison just defeated Kelly 7-5.
Wow, coming from how many matches did you have to pull together on that? That was just amazing. And Allison Fisher once again demonstrates why she is the Duchess of Doom. You cannot count her out. Doesn't matter how far ahead you are. Now we have a little amusing contrasted poses right now. Angel is just beside herself, while Vivian is still kind of lackadaisical. She's not back in the game yet. So this next game, it could still go anywhere. What are the odds? Hill? You want to flip?
I don't know.
You want to flip a court? You want to lag for
I'll
that?
tell you after the break.
Where's the 2? Well, there's some there's a little bit of a clustering going on here, and Vivian's got some options.
Well, the thing about the cluster, though, is, again, the 1 and the 2 are the main shots here, just getting...
That would have been
and that just made it even easier with the... they get good position for the 2 to get on that 3 ball and 4 ball. It's that 4, 5, 6, 7, it's a little bit clustered. There's,
Yeah, but as long as...
fairly easy run out right there, though, even though they're clustered.
That's true. The way they're laid out, it's almost... the balls tell you pretty much what you need to do, and they're right there in the right order.
Mm-hmm.
Angel hit that
Angel
really
should be out here.
That was a really good hit.
Mm-hmm. She got perfect position on it too. You didn't want too much angle to... yeah, she's perfect to get out here.
Always going back and double checking to make sure where she needs to go.
All right, I really don't like that decision. I thought she could have just held it, been a little bit longer on the 4 ball, and been completely fine. I mean, you just roll that in, stop. But
it looked like she was worried about being snookered on the 9, so now she's just got to touch. She's got to basically just sneeze on this ball. There's no point in going back and forth unless the 4 is much further away from the pocket.
Well, I mean, the only thing I really see is cutting that in and trying to bump off the top of that 7 ball.
No, that's...
like that.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. Well, that's your good call, Christina. I'm not a big fan of bumping, but in that case, it worked out.
Yeah, I mean, but when you don't have a lot of other options, I'm the same way. I don't like to move balls unless you have to, but... But once you're there,
Yeah. Well, she can't complain. She's still at the table, and she's on the hill.
I'm surprised she can't reach that.
She tried. It was about half a foot too far for her frame.
Oh.
Was that
And this is such an easy kick for Vivian.
That wasn't a miscue, was it?
I don't know. It looks like it. She's looking at her tip.
It didn't. It came that the ball just came off weird. And she was so fortunate that the 5 ball actually hit a rail. No, this is not.
She goes 2 rails. She's pretty natural shape to go up for the 6. Yeah, she's great.
That was easy peasy.
Well,
Would you play softly and for the 7 in the side? Well, 7 in the right side pocket. Or would you play a little bit more force, or a little less force, and maybe?
She's looking like going forward. I
7
can't
up?
tell. It didn't look from here. It doesn't look that much angle, but it must be for her to take that shot over just forcing some inside and coming back up.
She just needs to make this ball and just shoot the 7 up. Just stop worrying about
I
trying
like
to make
that
this.
she's taking her time, but I wonder if she's really taking her time or just, wanting Angel to think about her shot.
Well, if she had a bit of a better angle and the 9 ball wasn't so close, maybe she could just make the 7 in the bottom right corner. But that 9 is kind of close. That's why I don't like going back around the table.
Yeah, but Angel was on the hill last game, and
all right, she's on the wrong side of the 7, but she's still at the table and she can get her way down to the 8.
she's got okay. I mean, if she plays the speed right, she can just roll it out there. But it's still tough.
Well, she's gonna have to, she's looking at the tangent, and it's gonna go towards that first diamond just south of the side pocket.
Yeah.
As long as she stays around there, when it comes off the rail, she'll be in line for the 8. 10 shouldn't be that big of a problem. Shouldn't, but it's a big shouldn't.
I don't think I've ever seen Vivian take this long to shoot a shot.
Is this like a new personal record? She was eyeing the top left corner. And she's still deciding what to do. She's like waving her hand, like, what? What god is another test?
Oof. Wow, I'm surprised she tried to pound to get on that side of the 8 ball.
No, she was frustrated. She just swung at it. That was just
after all that thought.
She just got frustrated with her options. Well, if Angel has the angle, she can lock up Vivian right here. Just right up on the 10.
Yeah.
And if she locks it up on the 10 and gets the 7 past the 8, then she's gonna have a long kick with the 9 ball in the way.
I don't think she'll long kick. I think she'll 2-rail it, but we'll see what she ends up doing. See what Angel leaves her first.
Unless she's going for the cheese. No, it's too early for that.
No, she shouldn't. I don't think she has a good angle for that. Maybe she didn't like the shot we were talking about.
Yeah, well, the shot that we were talking about just required a lot more of a finesse touch. This one.
When you're at the table, the angles are a little different sometimes than what we see here.
Well, with this, she was able to swing away, and she could easily hide behind the 8-10 playing this safe. Is Vivian jumping? Vivian is gone airborne, and where's the 7 going?
Is she gonna get it wrong?
No. 7 clears, the 8 clears, yeah.
This can be kind of a tough shot under pressure because it's right in between where you don't know whether you really want to hold it or go 2 rails and come back. And
the confidence stroker would go 2 rails.
Yeah.
the finesse player, they'd slip stroke this, kind of leaving it kind of in the top half.
The 8 does still go in this pocket. Oh, that was
Yep,
a good
she
shot.
slip stroked it. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
No, she's a little straighter on the 8 than she wants to be, but that's all right. Wiped.
Oh, and she overran the 9 ball, but
No, but that's okay. That's okay. A little further out.
Yeah.
And it worked out just fine. And now she's like smiling, the audience. Vivian's not even looking at the table. She knows this is it. Perfect.
Yep.
Wow! Congratulations, Angel Paglia. You proceed to the finals on the winner's side. Vivian, that was a tough out, but you're still in the game, so don't give up just yet.
Yep. So what time will you guys be back in the morning? Do you know?
I'm not sure, but if it's with 24 men and 12 women, probably 8 o'clock. Well, congratulations, folks. This is our last match of day 2 of the Ultimate 10-Ball Championship here in Frisco, Texas. This is Eugene Lee in the commentator booth, and joined with me is the ever lovely and new mother, Christina De La Garza. Thank you very much for taking some time and sharing your thoughts. I know it's late. It's it's midnight. It's midnight 15.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. Tune in tomorrow, guys.
See you around, folks. 8 o'clock.